Time flies when you're having fun. It is already that time. 7:59. And I think we're live. There we go. I look like I took a nap today because I took a nap today. I have been so tired. I used to like have so much more energy. And I mean, I was always going. Even if I was tired, I was always going. And now I'm just like, I don't know if it's actual tired or if it's just unmotivation. I've got these dirty brushes that I stashed over here on the side and they need to be washed, and now they're going in. So let me pull them out so they don't get lost. Okay. Hi. How's it going? I'm drinking tea so that I can hopefully stay awake. I stopped the coffee thing because it affects me weirdly. It didn't when I was younger, but when I hit like, maybe it was 40, but I feel like it was before that. I started to just feel like coffee was just not okay with me. It just made me feel icky and stuff. So we kind of went away from that. So let's talk about me. Let's talk about me, baby. Let's talk about me and me. Oh, never mind. Yeah, so hey, how's it going, people? I am so excited to have you all watching and participating and talking and chatting it up with me. And then I know a whole bunch of people come in and watch after, which is awesome. If you are watching this, I would love to have your input down below, and that does definitely help my algorithm. So as I'm trying to build up my audience a bit, it's kind of 2 steps forward, 1 step back, because I do not say real popular things sometimes, but I think I say things that need to be said, because popular opinion historically is usually on the wrong. It's usually on the wrong side of history. So popular opinion is usually not. That's one of the problems with democracy. Oh, we didn't mean to get there, did we? Then we're talking about makeup. Oh my goodness, let's not talk about democracy and social issues. It's hard for me because that's kind of what my thing is. Okay, so anyway, talking about me. Yeah, if you do see this and you enjoy it, definitely give me a thumbs up and a like. And oh, that way, that's the same thing. A follow, comment, share, all that kind of stuff. If you interact, it definitely helps, because that helps the algorithm to say, oh, people like this and they're interacting, and it's not just bots watching it. So I know I haven't really messed with that at all, especially like on YouTube, but my subscribers are climbing slowly. I usually get like 1 or 2 per new video I put out. So that's cool. It depends on the topic. So some of my videos still have like 4 views or almost none. I think I have a couple with like 1 or 2 maybe. Or maybe none. I don't know. I haven't even watched them. My mother hasn't even watched. I don't want my mother to watch these. But yeah, so I don't care. I'm just kind of leaving that because I just want to see how it naturally, organically grows. And then Instagram is kind of my focus for content and whatnot. So if you're on YouTube, also follow me on Instagram, because that's where you'll find resources. It's really amazing, the coloring in here. I look so purple on the YouTube stream, but on the Instagram, I look normal, but sometimes on Instagram, I look yellow. So I feel like the coloring is just trying to adjust or something. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, what am I wearing? This shirt is one that I got from a couple years ago when I was visiting from Haiti, when I was living down there. It was the one time that I visited. And it's this cute little purple lavender sort of. It wrinkles really easily because it's all cotton, but hey, it's cute and lightweight and all that kind of stuff. It's kind of a little crop. So, and I just got some jogger shorts on because it's one of those days. And then my glasses are from Payne. I believe these. I think these are from Payne. Yep, Payne always puts the PG on the inside for Payne glasses. So yeah, they're rather cute. These were like on clearance or something like that, but I thought they were really cute. So I like them. Anyway, hi Mama Jones. How are you? Welcome to my live stream. So I moved the time up a little bit because I thought it would be easier. Hubby is going to work a little bit earlier right now. Don't know how long that will last, but he's been getting extra hours. So he's been going in earlier. So then I'm like, oh, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. And hopefully that means that I can be around when more of you are around. So That's always cool. Anyway, so what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the things that are kind of wrapping up the month of May, because we are at June. We're halfway through this year, guys. How in the world did that happen? It seemed like 2020 took so long. It was such a long year. Oh, 2020, what a year. Woo! Stress on top of stress, but it's good. All is good. It all worked out. I got this from Influenster. This was a surprise, and it's kind of funny. I laughed a little bit. So I went through, you know, you go through and you take your polls on Influencer, and they send you different things. And it had asked me something about, do I ever have like incontinence sort of problems? And I was like, at first I was like, no. And then I was like, oh, wait, I do. And the time that I do is when I get bronchitis, which I have traditionally gotten because I get chronic bronchitis. And so I cough a lot when I do that. And when that happens, it's like, I can't stop peeing myself because I'm just like, my whole body is just weak. And, you know, after a few days of just coughing nonstop. So I was like, oh yeah, I do. And I answered yes. And I didn't expect them to send this to me, but they did. So this is the Always Discreet. I have not opened these up yet because I haven't been coughing and haven't really needed them. But I actually am thinking that I might send them to my mother. She's 80, and it's not as much. I don't know that it's as much incontinence issues as it is mobility issues. So when she gets nervous when she's traveling and whatnot, just because there's not bathrooms around, and getting to the bathroom just takes more preparation and getting there. So I thought, well, this might actually help her. But if you're not signed up for Influencer, you should try that out because it's really cool. I've gotten this, which, you know, hey, cool. I got the Truvia sugar replacement that I've used, and I quite like it, and I'm going to use it in more stuff. And it's actually quite affordable. I looked at it at Walmart, and it's like $5. I mean, it's expensive compared to sugar, but if it's actually healthier, then, you know, I guess it would be worth it. Or just whatever, if you prefer it. Or in my case, it's like PCOS, the sugar kind of reacts a little bit badly to PCOS. So I think that the Truvia might help. And then we also got a perfume for my husband. So if you're not signed up for Influencer, do that, because you might get some pads that allow you to, as I put in my story, laugh until I pee myself and still not feel embarrassed, still not have to leave the party. So I'm going to give those to my mom because I think she'll get use out of them when she's traveling and whatnot, or even like going to church. And, you know, I mean, those things that you don't think about when you're in that older time and your just mobility is a little bit more of an issue. She had a couple of mini strokes a couple of years ago, and so she has some weakness and just moves a little bit more slowly. So yeah, cool. And I did get a mini haul. Let me see if I can sort that out here because I got other stuff on top of it. And I put this on my Instagram as well. And this was fun. So I mentioned, I kind of did a little spoiler on this before, but with BoxyCharm. So I have BoxyCharm and I have Ipsy. Ipsy, I have the Glam Bag and the Glam Bag Plus. And I kind of go back and forth, like what's better, what's worse. So this upcoming, the one I haven't gotten yet, but on Ipsy, they tell you what you're going to get, and Boxy does not, except you can choose the one thing. So Boxy, I have only the base box. Ipsy, I have the regular and the plus, and then I also did the X for this last time, and then I think I'll do it again just to see how it goes through, and then we'll kind of evaluate from there. But I like Ipsy boxes and bags maybe better than BoxyCharm. But the one really cool thing with BoxyCharm is they have pop-ups where they offer things quite cheap. And I'll give you an example. So I had gotten before, let me see if I can think off the top of my head. You can go back and see it in my stories or in another live stream. I had gotten 5 palettes from them. I got an Ace Beauté. I got 2 from Violet Voss. I got a Viseart, which is like an $80 palette by itself. And then I got one more. What was the last one? It's like right there. I should know it. Anyway, I got those. Hey, Kirby, how are you? So I got those 5 palettes, whatever that last one is that I had. I don't know. I don't remember what that one was. But anyway, and I paid like for that because I had a discount code with them. I paid like $40 or something like that. And so Kirby's my niece, by the way, so I had to say hi to her. She's pretty awesome. You can follow her. She does really great photography. She's very talented. Anyway, so she's actually my youngest niece. The youngest one I have. The only, well, wait, is her sister still a teenager? I think November she will no longer be she will no longer be, she will be an adult as of November. Anyway, so yeah, I got those and they were really inexpensive. And then I got these ones. So I'm like, I wander sometimes. It just happens. It's why I do live streams instead of editing videos. Because when I edit videos, I'm like, really? Do I really have to say all that stuff? And then I edit it out and it takes so long. So like, I'll just do live streams. It's just much easier. So I made another order with them on the last one because I saw these ones. And this is the one that just made me go, I have to buy that. I have to. I paid less than 30 for this. I think it was 28 or something like that shipped for all 3 of these. And I did put them in a story. This is the Ace Beauté Paradise Fallen. Look at those purples. Oh my goodness. So we've got, it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mattes and 4 shimmers. I think that's a really good ratio. And these ones over here are really cool. This is a, this is a silver gray, like a matte silver gray. And then this one is more like maybe a slate, but no blue in it at all. And then these ones are more warm on this side. And I really like that. I think it's just set up so beautifully with a really nice balance of warms and cools. And I'm really excited to play with this one. I think this is going to be such a beautiful one in my collection. I put a story out and said, what ones do you think I should play with first? And or not story, I think it was a post, and everybody said this one. And I'm like, I know, but I'm also thinking this might be really great for fall. I kind of like to, I mean, it doesn't matter, but I like to theme around the seasons. And that's partly because I spent the last several years of my life in the Caribbean where there are no seasons other than like rainy and dry. And so not seasons to, to speak of, not seasons, like not the 4 seasons that we're used to. And so I love spring, I love fall. And so coming back to Minnesota, it was kind of fun. This is the other one, or the second one I got. And this was the Huda Beauty Lilac Pastels. This is my first Huda Beauty palette that I've ever owned. And I really like how these swatch. Now you can see that this actually would complement very well with the Ace Beauté palette because of the purples, but these are definitely in the lighter. And also I feel like the more warm, I don't think this is as cool as the other. And also a lot of these are more like toppers. So there, again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes and 4 shimmers. And I think the ratio is pretty good with that. I will be very interested to see how this one performs. The last one I got, I know Morphe has gotten some, a little bit of good press, bad press, whatever, but this is the Morphe palette that I got, and this is the Artistry palette. Is that it? Is that its only name? So Chill. So it's the 9s or 9s, and it's called So Chill. So this is a very cool tone palette. It really is beautiful. Again, quite a few mattes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mattes, and then 4 shimmers. So we've got a shimmer, the middle one, and this one in the corner. These are all shimmers. The rest of them are mattes, and I think it's really beautiful. It's quite neutral, except for those 2 blues. But even that I think is pretty neutral, but I think it's a really gorgeous palette. So I got these for the 3 of them for under $30. And I think even if you don't like anything in the box that is sent to you from BoxyCharm, it's almost like a membership fee. I think of it as a membership fee to be able to get really good prices on their makeup. So if you take advantage, if you take advantage of their pop-ups, I think you can get really good deals with them. But you have to be able to buy enough stuff. Like, for example, the Viseart palette that I got last time. I mean, that was so worth it. Like all 5 of those palettes were the same price as half of that Viseart full price. So, I mean, yeah, so I think this is a really great way to go. This is one of the reasons I would definitely recommend BoxyCharm. But keep in mind, BoxyCharm and Ipsy are apparently owned by the same company now. So they're not really competitors anymore. So some people are like, well, I don't like Ipsy, I'm going to go to Boxy. It's the same company. It's the same company. So I was a little annoyed because I saw that people were seeing the 111 Studio or whatever it is, the drops, like $120 serum, which, you know, if you know me, I think that skincare is just a scam anyhow. So I think it's ridiculous that anyone would even pay that, but you do you. I can DIY it for a fraction of the price. I can do gallons of it for that same price, because you can get the ingredients list of everything, and then you can just put the stuff together, and you don't have to do all the extra fillers and whatnot. You can make it as potent or as light as you want. You can get exactly the balance that you want. You can add whatever you want. That's why I like to DIY my skincare. It works better for me. But it was annoying because I'm seeing some people get their like some of the influencers get their BoxyCharm. And in their BoxyCharm, is it the base box? I think it might be the base box. No, it's not BoxyCharm. Wait, is it? No, it's Ipsy. It is Ipsy because that, I think it came from the X, right? The X Khloe Kardashian box that came in, and so that those drops were in that, and now they're putting them in the regular Glam Bag Plus, which I think is really shady. Like, you better not give that to me. If I already got it in the X and then you give it to me again, then I'm gonna be mad. Then I would probably cancel, because I think that would be pretty shady. It's not worth $120. It says value. The value is whatever people are going to pay for it. And clearly they're not going to pay that much for it because you got it on super, super, super discount on Ipsy. So anyway, I have liked Ipsy and BoxyCharm so far. It's gotten me into some stuff that I haven't otherwise gotten into, which we will talk about. But the palette I have on my eyes right now, and I'll actually talk about these two. Well, I don't know if we'll talk about these two. So I've changed up my MO. So I'm no longer doing the 5 days one palette. I'm doing 3 days one palette, because instead of doing one palette per week and then having the weekend as kind of a free-for-all, and picking whatever palette I want, I'm doing 3 palettes back to back to back to back, which means I can do 10 palettes instead of 4 in a month. So that will help me get through my collection a little bit faster, because many of my palettes I have not sufficiently tested. And so I wanted to make sure I'm getting through them, because I'm like, even if I get, like, if I buy 2 palettes and then I get 1 or 2 in, you know, Ipsy or BoxyCharm, then I'm still adding more than I'm able to get through, and that doesn't make sense. So I want to be able to get through more than I'm adding. And so this is the one I'm using now. So I don't know if you're familiar with this palette, but this is Revolution, I Heart Revolution Party Pooches. So Revolution from the UK. UK brand has all these sub-brands. I think there's like five sub-brands now, I guess. They just came up with a new one that I haven't tried. I've had this for a bit. Does this one smell? Not really. The Roses one does. This is so cute. This palette is, oh, let's get you to focus on my face, YouTube. This palette is just so stinking cute. It's got these, I feel like what Revolution does really well is they blend, they basically put a color story together. So this is like, there's these cool tone mossy greens, or, you know, maybe mint greens, almost silvery greens, which are kind of this color, and then you got the silver, and then you got this darker one here. And then you got the pinks. So you got these 2 pinks that coordinate. And usually, I think in their palettes, it's pretty common for them to have a matte and a shimmer that coordinate. Not necessarily exactly the same color. So like this green and this green are coordinating, but they're not exactly the same. This is a lot lighter than that, of course. And then there's a bunch of mattes in here, but the mattes are mostly cool tones. And I got a pretty purpley look today, much more purple than you would think, because this shimmer right here looks brown, but actually has a lavender sort of shift to it. And then I use this one, which is more of a cool tone, like a really murky, can I call it murky? Mauve. And then of course my glasses are purple, so that really pulled out the purple in them. But the thing that I think Revolution does really well is they do grunge. They do like these soft, muted colors that not a lot of other people are doing. And I think that their color stories are really unique. These all perform quite well, except this one. This one is pretty difficult to get. Like if I just rub over it, I get almost nothing. I have to really kind of dig into it to get payoff. And then it's, you know, it's quite a pretty color. It's kind of a dark gray, gunmetal, I don't know what you would call that. So it's really pretty, but you just have to work a lot for it. And I do have that in the corner of my eye, but it took a while to build that up. So I wouldn't necessarily, you know, that one's not a great one. But the rest of it, I think, is a really pretty palette. And I think it's quite underrated. I think it's, I think in general, Revolution Beauty, I ended up getting like 5 or 6 palettes from them, like I think I ordered 4 or 5 on their website, and then I'd gotten one in store at Target, might have been, before I realized that you could get it, you know, get the coupons and stuff like that at Ulta. But this is really, yeah, I really think that they're nice, but I haven't spent as much time with them as I should. So again, that's one of the reasons that I want to get through all of this stuff and give it the time that it's due so that you know what you're getting. But last week, I worked with this one, and this is the Club Nebula. You guys all know this one. This is the Angelica Nyqvist, I think I mispronounced it. I'm sorry. My Swedish heritage did not help me in that because I don't speak Swedish. But so this is a really pretty palette. And it's interesting because I feel like this one is easier for me to really make a great cohesive look with. And this one, I just think is out of my realm of abilities a little bit. So I think I just have to practice with this one a little bit because for me, I keep reaching for the teals and this peach. That's just kind of what I go to. And so of the 3 looks, I did 2 that had kind of the same color scheme and just had a little bit different design layout. So I feel like I need to get more into this and play with it and really see what it has to offer. Get into the reds and the dark greens and dark blues and even the purples, because there's some really great purples in here too. So those are the 2 that I have used so far, doing the 3 days instead of the 5 days. And I hope that will help me get through more palettes. Well, it will help me get through more palettes more quickly. And then also let me really enjoy and use my collection. And so then the idea is once I get through everything, then I'll kind of rotate back through. And as I add palettes in, I'll add those in for that month, but I'll also be doing other, you know, going back and getting the other stuff. So the old ones. Anyway, that's what I'm doing for palettes. So I got some empties. I've got some project pan updates. And I've got a switch over for my daily basket. So I have 2 little baskets here that look like this. This is my daily basket. And then the one sitting right behind that is my project pan basket. And so the daily basket is basically I take a full face and I cycle it in, and then I use that along with my project pan, and I kind of use those as my go-tos. I don't reach out of those 2. That gives me enough options that I can get through. The project pan does not change until it's done. So when I use up an item, then I'll replace it with another like item. But this one cycles through every month. I just started doing it this way last month. So, but I like this idea of kind of cycling through because it gives me the opportunity to use more stuff. But let's talk about my empties real quick. I don't have a ton of them in here, but I do have a few. The Aoa Studio Makeup Remover Wipes. I do like having these handy. They're $1 for 15, but I also, like, I got these from Dollar Tree, and these are $1 for 30. And then there's also like some baby wipes that I got at the Dollar Tree. It doesn't really matter. I just like having some of them handy for when I'm doing swatches and stuff, because wiping it off. But yeah, these are fine, and they smell good. They smell like mango. So this guy, are you familiar with him? So I had done I'd done a video kind of comparing some of these Freeman masks when I was in Haiti, and this was my favorite at the time. And then when I got back and I moved to, where did I move to? Massachusetts for a few months. I picked up another one of these because I liked it. And then I kind of started to evaluate and research and study, not studying really, but just analyze like what was the whole thing about washing your face. And I started to be a little bit against the traditional face washing. I know I'm so gross, but there's a rhyme and reason behind it. Maybe I'll do a video on why I don't wash my face. Because I do wash my face, but not with soap or any kind of cleansers. But I do use these periodically because I like masks. I like the exfoliation. But the charcoal is actually questionable because charcoal doesn't know the difference between nutrients and toxins. So it's not intelligent. So it's going to pull anything out of your skin, even the nutrients. And so unless it's really loaded with nutrients already, you can't really detox using charcoal. If you eat poison or you have poison on you, then it would hypothetically detox and take off that poison, but it would also absorb anything else, including minerals, vitamins, and nutrients, moisture that your skin needs. So I don't know that charcoal really is great for your skin. I have not done any scientific research on that, but that's just my analysis of it, just knowing kind of what the properties and the behavior of charcoal. So I think it would be questionable. And for me, I don't want to strip my skin of any of the nutrients that I'm working so hard to get into it. This is apple cider vinegar gummies. I got these off of Amazon because I was curious. I thought maybe they would just give me like more energy and make me feel a little bit more, energetic. And they didn't, but I did take them for a while. They've got a ton of sugars and stuff like that. And that may have actually been a negative for me. Well, not a ton. Okay. 6 grams of sugars. I thought that might be a negative for me because of the PCOS, and that might actually contribute to my lethargy. But I don't know. I just have been so lethargic. And I'm trying to stay away from, I'm drinking tea, which has caffeine in it. I'm mostly off of coffee. I try to stick to just the weekends, but I don't know. If you guys have like advice, like I need energy in my life. I think it's just a phase that I'm going through right now. So I used up the sample of number 7 Hydroluminous Water Surge Gel. And this is apparently what does it have? What is the, I have to read through the ingredients to see what the main, so it has glycerin, which is going to be water and glycerin, okay. And then a bunch of castor oil. It has castor oil, but that's down a little ways. And then the rest of them are, basically, I think that's the glycerin. The glycerin is the most beneficial. So I would probably just replace this with just a glycerin in my skincare because that's a really affordable, easy way to do that. And then you don't have to have all the other stuff in there. It was okay. I'm not a super dry, well, I'm not a dry skin. I'm fairly oily. So that was, what it is. I also got this number 7. Oh, I got these when I placed an order. I didn't get any skincare from that. I didn't buy any skincare, but their samples were all skincare. I got a bunch of makeup, which you'll see here in a second or in a little bit. Number 7, Dark Spot Correcting Booster Serum. This also came in that. So, that looks like that, right? Right, cute little guy. And I use this. I have some dark spots here. You can't see them super well, but I think they're from acne. But they also might be from something else. My mom has a big spot on her face. that she's had forever. And they said, you know, it's not cancerous or anything like that, but it just kind of is like dead skin. And so I'm trying, you know, I want to avoid that if possible, but this didn't seem to really help at all. But again, I'll look at the ingredients and see if there's something there that I can add to my own skincare that might help. But right now it's like vitamin C and other types of things that I'm using that I'm hoping will kind of take care of resolving that. So this one, I finally decided that she had to go. This is my Lash Paradise, the one that I most recently got last year. It's just, when I pull it out, it's like really solid and really mucky. And it's just not, it's going on really dry and yeah, just not looking good. So I'm like, she needs to go. She's finished. I used this one up, Spring Valley Hair, Skin, and Nails. This is the extra strength one. And this, when you read the ingredients, sorry, my alarm decided that I needed to wake up or go somewhere or something. I don't know. So I have these. This is the Equate, which is Vitafusion comparable. I'm almost done with these, and I don't know that I'm going to get any more. These are the gummies. The reason is because these are really similar in what they have. So this actually kind of doubles as a multivitamin. I also take vitamin D in addition to this, but I think this might be all I need to take as a multivitamin for, at least for right now, unless I see that there's something else that's missing in here that I should. And this has a biotin and has the different oils, argan oil, coconut oil, collagen, etc. So I use this up, and I did get another one because I think that one's probably the better of the two. Anyway, another one from number 7, Hydroluminous. Let me put this up here so you can actually see what it looks like. This is a Hydroluminous water concentrate. So this is pure hyaluronic acid. And it's funny because they'll say pure hyaluronic acid. This is not only hyaluronic acid, but it has pure hyaluronic acid in it. And that's what sometimes people don't understand. It's not only hyaluronic acid. That's what sometimes people think. And again, a moisturizer. So I feel like the hyaluronic acid and the glycerin are, you know, basically the combination you want. I don't know. I got this in my Ipsy, I think, a month or 2 ago. This is the Verify 2020 Under Eye Cream, or just eye cream. Let me put it up here. And a little sample size. This is like $40 for the big one. It's really, I mean, so eye cream, people, you know, oh, you need to have eye cream. Well, no, your eyes need more moisture because the skin is so thin that it can dehydrate faster, which is why you get the crepiness and wrinkles and stuff like that. But you don't actually need to put anything additional or anything different on your eyes. You can just put more moisturizer around your eyes as long as it's eye safe. The difference is that some things are not eye safe. And so, yeah, you don't need this. I have another eye cream that I will use up, another one that I got from Ipsy, and chances are I'll get another one too because they like to send skincare. I'm like, stop sending so much skincare. Oh, I was going to say that about Ipsy. So this month in the Ipsy Glam bag, there's 2 makeup items, and the other 3 I'm going to basically end up putting in a giveaway, I think. I'm going to do a giveaway for 5K on Instagram, and I may do a giveaway for 100, if I get there, on YouTube, because I'm at like 40 right now, 42 or something like that, subscribers, you know, so it's a little bit of subscribers, but it is growing. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate having you guys come in and visit with me and hang out and watch my videos and subscribe. It really is helpful. So, yeah, once I hit 100, I might do another one. But right now I've done, I'm planning on doing a 5K because I'm at like 4.5K right now on IG. And so I thought, oh, 5K, that'd be a good giveaway. And I'm basically just kind of collecting things here. And I may go and do a little shopping spree and get some of the things that I've really been enjoying myself and add that in there. We'll see. We'll see how generous I feel and if I have any money to do that. This is the last thing that was in my empties for this month. I didn't go through a ton of stuff, but I did go through some stuff. So this is the e.l.f. Mattifying Balm. This is an older one, which is good that I used it up, but it's gone. It's the same kind of container as the e.l.f. Mattifying Perfect Finish HD Powder. that I also have, and so they are the same container, but I always have to look at the thing to see what is the difference. But I finally used this up. It was okay. I actually have the Poreless Putty Primer from Elf, and I haven't really used it. I think I used it once, so I need to get into that. I may cycle it in at some point, but right now I'm going to be focusing on number 7. So let me show you what I've got in my ongoing rotating, not rotate, is it rotating? Yeah, I guess it would be rotating. Empties bin. So this is a bin basically of all the things that I am trying to empty out, and I'm going to keep this in here and keep using the things until they are empty. So I'm going to basically start with the base. So let's go through from the beginning, and yeah. So I have this because I moved out that other primer that I finished up. So this is the Aoa Studio No Pore Face Primer. I don't really see this being, I don't see it doing much. I'm not thrilled with it. It doesn't do anything. I've got tons of like really, really cavernous pits in my face, and you know, it doesn't really take care of much. So I don't know. Anyway, it is what it is. This Essence Instant Matte Makeup Setting Spray. I use this if I end up feeling like I'm super powdery or I'm extra cakey. I'll spray some of this on just so it kind of like melds things or melts things together. I also will use it to spray my brush if I'm using shimmers, but I don't use it that much. But there's, you know, I might finish it this month. Now in June, we'll see. Okay, then, so I have my concealers set. Yeah, concealers. So this is the Camouflage Essence Camouflage Concealer, Matte Camouflage Concealer. And this is in Natural Beige. This is a little dry for me, so I don't love it, but what I'll do is I'll take this and I'll put this like right up underneath my eye, and then I put this on what hasn't set in yet, and that seems to help quite a bit to make this work. But I pretty much use this when I'm not really going anywhere important. I'm just taking photos or something like that, because I won't show up really cakey as much in photos. But I don't really like the way it looks, so I don't use it if I'm going to any place important. Essence I Love Stage Eye Primer. This is, it looks like it's, you know, definitely got some use. Both of these do, because I use this pretty consistently. It's decent. It's a decent little primer. I don't have any real issues with it. And I'll show you the next one that I've been using. But yeah, it's okay. I don't know how it compares to, like, for example, the e.l.f. primer that I used for a long time. I would like to do like an eye and an eye, but I don't have any more of the e.l.f. primer right now, so whatever. These two base products I've got in here because they're both old and they both need to be used up, and I haven't gotten through them yet. But this one is really close. I really have to squeeze it down there to get, but you don't need much of this at all. This is the Aoa Perfect Bb Cream, and I really like this quite a bit. It's a little bit dark for me right now. I was so much darker when I was in Haiti. And I have this when I was in Haiti, and also this one. So these are both a little bit dark for me, but I kind of just work with it and lighten it up. And sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just look the wrong color, but I'm trying to use them up. But I would like to get this in a couple different colors because it is $1 and it is quite good. And then this is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. Again, I'd like to get this one again in maybe a little bit lighter color. And I also want to get the Dewy and Fresh, is that what it's called? That's the same Fit Me, but not matte and poreless. And see if maybe that will help in the wintertime. We'll see how that goes. Then for powders, I've got the Airspun, the Coty Airspun. This one seems to have gone down a little bit. It's about at 1/3 used. It was basically up to the top before, so I am using it. Unfortunately, part of the use is just the fact when you open it, it all spills out. So that's kind of an obnoxious thing. But yeah, that will be here for a while because it's so big. The other loose powder I have is this banana setting powder from Aoa Studio. And what I'll do with this is I'll actually mix these two together to kind of brighten a little bit, but so it's not really yellowy. I like to mix those together. This is actually pretty good setting powder. And this is maybe half, maybe a little bit more than half. So I've got quite a bit in those. This is the Aoa Perfect Finish HD powder that I showed before. It is quite a good setting powder, mattifying powder, and it looks like I'm going to hit pan over here in the corner, because when I go in kind of at an angle and push down in that corner, and so that it's much less, it's more raised on this side than this side. So yeah, it should hit pan here at some point. I had a couple millimeters down on the edge of the metal pan here so that I can see. So we'll see if what happens with that. Okay, then I've got this e.l.f. eyeshadow palette. This is what I do have a pan on. Almost 2 pans, but the other one is not quite showing. It's being stubborn. So right here on this end, I've got a pan here. And so I mix these two together a lot to set an eyeshadow primer. Not that I usually need to. If I use this doesn't really need to be set because it's not real super sticky. It dries down fairly matte. But the other one that I'm using does. I really like this as a blending, kind of just a go-to blending, or if I need to darken something up, deepen something up. I use this quite a bit because it's pretty close to my natural skin tone. This kind of pinky, this is really, I mean, that really is my skin tone, of that pinky sort of undertone, neutral. And so I'll use this to kind of help blend. And then I also like the grays in here quite a bit, because I think this, this gray is a really beautiful gray. And I don't have anything like that in any of my other palettes, so I really enjoy that. The browns are pretty predictable, but I will see if I can get through those at some point too. Who knows how I'll do that. This lip gloss, now I'm not even going in order. I'm just grabbing stuff as I see it. So this lip gloss is Aoa Studio, and I use this almost every day. I've got this on my lips right now. I like it. I think it's really comfortable. I really like the glitter because the reflect in here is like green and pink. This is really old. Should I be wearing it on my lips? I don't know, but I am. And it just has a pretty look. It's very, it's a little bit warm leaning, but pretty neutral. I would like to get some more of those. If I put another order in, I might get 1 or 2 more of those. But I have so many lip products right now. Now that we're not masking in Minnesota, thank God, that should hopefully change. This is an e.l.f. Lippy that I've got. This is their like crayon type lip product. Oh, really? You're not going to go up? Oh, wait, I have to go that way. That's a sharpener. I forget that. So this is in the nude, but it's really pretty light on me and looks lighter than my skin. It looks lighter than my natural lips. And so I think I have to use this maybe with a, I think it will be better to use this with a lip liner, but I do like this quite a bit as just kind of a base, and then putting down a gloss or something over the top. I also use this if something is a little bit too bright, too in your face, or not quite meshing. I'll kind of put this over the top to tone it down, and that seems to work a little bit. And I also will use it, when you have the cat butthole sort of thing, where it's like the middle of your lips looks pink and the rest of it looks the color of the lipstick. I can put this like in the middle there, and that kind of helps to make it look like more of an ombre rather than just a stark difference between the moist part where you're moist. I said moist, where your lipstick doesn't stick to your lips. So yeah, so I have most of these colors, or I did have most of them. I don't know if I actually brought them all with me from Haiti, but I need to use them up because they're older, so that's why that's in there. This replaced the last Lash Paradise. So, and I was actually kind of sad to put this in my pan because I haven't spent a lot of time with this, but I'm like, then I can spend a lot of time with it. This is the Essence Lash Princess. So clearly I did a Essence haul a few months ago and got a bunch of Essence stuff, and I've been playing with that. And I really like this. I think it's quite comparable to Lash Paradise, and I think I could get either one of those. And this one is cheaper, I think. Essence Make Me Brow. It's the wrong color, but I use it when I'm wearing glasses. Right now I'm wearing the dark one that's in my other basket because these glasses really show my eyebrow more. But when I'm wearing glasses that cover most of my eyebrow, then I'll use this because it doesn't matter as much. And I'm just trying to use it up. I don't like it as much as the e.l.f. that I'm going to show you later, but it's okay. A lot of people swear by it. I just don't think it has as much hold. Milk Makeup. This is their multi-stick in Work. It's the lip and cheek in Work. It smells like clay, so I don't like it under under my nose. So I don't wear it on my lips at all, but I do like it on my cheeks. I think it's really pretty on the cheeks, and it's really pretty layered with this blush, which is also in here, which is the Essence The Blush in Befitting. And those really layer well together. They're very, very complimentary. So they look great. And yeah, this is in here too. This was new when I put it in. So I'm just working off that Essence logo. Oh, the blush logo, sorry, the little texture on it. So I don't use it all the time. So that's why it's not going down that much. But this one's going down quite a bit because I've used this a lot. So this is, and actually I have a teeny tiny little bit of pan in here too. This is the e.l.f. Bite Size Cheek Duo in Spiced Apple. I actually use this more as a bronzer than I do as a blush because you can see the color is more of a bronzer. It's just such a pretty, nice, warm combo, and I like it. It just feels so nice to me. I mean, the way that it applies, the way that I use it and everything. This one here, the shimmer, looks like it takes out a lot more than the matte. The matte just is wearing off pretty evenly, but the shimmer is going down pretty easily. And when I apply it, I just put the brush directly into both of them and kind of turn it so it gets an even application. And I have a little tiny bit of pan here on the shimmer side. I don't at all on the matte side, and I think that might be a while before I get there. But anyway, I really like this. I want to try a couple of their other ones, but I haven't gotten them yet. I have these two that I gotten from Aoa Studio. I don't know if I'm going to keep them in here or toss them or pass them on to someone. This one is a Muse Beauty blush in this really bright pink. It's really powdery, and I don't know how it really performs. I've worn it a couple times, but I haven't had a ton of opportunity to wear something that bright. I mean, it doesn't come off really bright because it's just, let me see if I can build it up a little bit so you can see the color. But it really is a bright pink. So that's this. And I like the color, and it's kind of unique. I think it's very, 80s, 90s, which is, very en vogue right now. And so I might try to use this a little bit, do some blush draping. I haven't done a lot of that. I used to do that back in the day when it was cool the first time around. Yeah. And then this is the one, I don't even know where this is. Oh, this is from LA Color. I can barely see it on there. And this is this blush in this pretty, kind of a slightly shimmery, peachy color. Let me build this up a little bit. And I really like this color. And it looks like it will perform pretty well, but it's just kind of a light, I feel like appropriate for spring. So I threw these in here because I want to use them if I'm going to use them, and then try them out and see if I like them. And then if not, get rid of them. That's kind of the deal. And then I got this, which is, this is an Aoa Studio. What is this called? I can't even see. It's a halo. It's something highlighter, something like whatever it's called, in Blissful. It's a beautiful champagne-y color. Let me see if I can swatch this. That's what it looks like on my finger. Really, really pretty. It is a baked highlighter, so it has a nice, yeah, you're not really going to be able to see that with the light here. But it really has a nice reflect on it. I really like it. I've been focusing my brush, my finger, whatever I use, right into the center here. And it's like it doesn't want to go past this point. But it has broken down the ridges, so now it's kind of a little bit even. And hopefully I'll hit pan there at some point. So trying to pan this thing. It's old. It needs to be panned. It needs to be done away with, but it's really beautiful too, and it works really well. And it's still quite creamy. So, and then Aoa Studio, last one is the Aoa Studio Tacky Base. I really like this for, it's the only tacky base I've ever used, but I've had really good luck with this with shimmers and glitters. And so this, yeah, it's done really well for me. But again, it's the only one I have, and I figured I'd just keep it in the project pan because I will be panning it eventually, and then it's out for me. So usually that's what I'll do, is if I just have one of an item, I'll throw it in one of these baskets and then just continue to use it. And then later I will hopefully get more of them. I do want to try the NYX glitter primer. I know I've heard tons of stuff about that. So hopefully I'll be able to use that at some point and let you know if I like them and how they compare. If you guys have suggestions of anything that I'm going through, any comments that I'm saying, stuff that you think I should try, definitely let me know, because I am absolutely open to that suggestion. So that is my project pan where we currently are. I will go through that again next month, and hopefully there'll be some things moved out and some more things moved into that. So now let's look at what I used in my regular daily basket and then what I'm going to move in. So this is what I had last month, and actually I used it today again because I knew that I was going to be doing this live and I wanted to switch it out during this live. So this is the biggest thing in here, so I'll take it first. This is the Perfusion blush palette. I picked this up at Walmart. This is the blush one, and it really is a beautiful blush palette. Has quite a good diversity of tones. I think the blush 2, and I think they have a blush 3 maybe, but they're quite a bit darker. But this one here is actually pretty dark. They're not incredibly pigmented, but they do wear quite nicely, and there's a nice combination of cool, neutral, and warm in there. So I do really like this palette. I've used it quite a bit, but of course there's quite a bit of product in there, so you're not going to really see it wear down. This Studio Makeup Tinted Moisturizer, I think I got this from BoxyCharm. It was either Boxy or Ipsy. I don't like it. It's too greasy on me. I have used it several times. The way that I used it today, and I used it and then put over the top this CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Blurring Pressed Powder, which I really like. I put a little bit on this, just like a half pump of this, kind of all over, and then I used this. Now, it basically all wore off, and I think that's just because this is too oily. When I wear this, I feel like I want to take off my makeup. Like, I'm so happy to take off my makeup because it just feels heavy and greasy. Again, this might be a better one to pull out in the wintertime, or it might be something for me to pass on to somebody that's more dry. Also, the color is just too light for me. I don't like getting base products in Ipsy and BoxyCharm because you just don't know what color you are. But this I really like. So this is excellent. I have been using this all month basically and really like it. I apply it with the sponge that it comes with. So I have used this, and I also will use this brush that is dirty, but it's from Complex Culture. And I really like this as a face brush for powders. So really like this a lot. This powder I also have, which is the Essence, and I have hardly used this one. Essence All About Matte Fixing Powder. This is the waterproof one, right? Is this the waterproof? Yeah, which is kind of interesting. I don't know how that works. You should jump into a pool after I apply it. I've hardly used it at all, but it's been in here. I just haven't gotten to that one because I've been focusing on the other ones a little bit more. The e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder, also another one I've only used a handful of times. I need to be using it more, but I just haven't. And so I may actually keep this one in here because I don't have a loose powder that's coming in. I don't have another loose powder, so other than the two that are in the pan. So yeah. City Bronzer. This is the Maybelline City Bronzer, and this is in 200. So there's three. I think there's 100, 200, and 300. At least those are the ones that were in the store. I got the 200. I think this is more of a cool toned, and seemed to be working pretty well for spring when I wasn't using the other one, the little blush duo from e.l.f. I do like it. I'm not raving about it like some, but I'm not a huge bronzer buff either. So, Incognito, I do really, really like this. This is a great concealer. I think it could be maybe a shade darker for me. I got it in light beige, and it does come off a little bit light. But then I got this Tarte Shape Tape Glow Wand this was from Boxy or Ipsy. Which one? Boxy. Boxy. Yeah, this was from Boxy. Which I don't see a huge difference, but this is a little bit darker than this. And so I mixed them together, and I think then it's a pretty good color. I'm going to keep this in here because I don't have anything really to replace that. But the concealer will come out. The Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. This is a really nice highlighter. It's not as blinding as that one from Aoa Studio, but it's a really nice kind of more natural, less sparkly highlighter, so I quite like that. I have the Essence Color Boost Matte About Matte liquid lipstick in there. I don't think I really use this hardly at all. I just wasn't into the liquid lipstick, so I'm going to set that there with my other liquid lips, or my other lipsticks in general. The brow pen, Anastasia Beverly Hills. This came in, I guess I could put it right side up. This came in Ipsy or one of them. Anyway, sorry, I forget which one I got it in. You can look back and see. Anyway, so this came in that, and I have not used any brow products really in the past. This, in theory, should work well, but I end up just getting chunky because once it hits the brows that are there, you can't move up because there's too much resistance. And so it doesn't do what it's supposed to do unless you get your brows perfectly combed. And I feel like you'd almost have to gel them first and then use this, which is not what I'm going to do. So what I usually end up doing is putting it on, getting it smudged on there, and then spooling through so that kind of distributes the product and kind of, I don't know how to use it. And that's my problem. It's not really a judgment against the product necessarily. It's more the fact that I don't know how to use it in a way that's productive. So let me know. I think I'm going to go to a pencil because I do kind of want something to fill in a little bit. I have just been using this product, which I really like. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is actually the color that's a good color for me. Deep brown works quite well. I would like to get something else like this to try. So if you know, I'm going to keep this in here. I'm actually going to keep both these brow products in here because I don't have any brow products coming in. But again, if you know of any brow products I should try, let me know. I will try to add them to my arsenal. This guy is the e.l.f. I didn't use this at all this month. In whatever the purple color is. You can't even see that. Or I can't see that. I don't know. Anyways, the purple shimmery eyeshadow. I wish these were liners instead. But yeah, I have really not used this at all. So I think I'm going to keep this in here just so I can get some use out of it. I did use this Naked Cosmetics, and I really like this. I used it a couple of times. I didn't use it nearly as much as I would like, but it really is a nice overlay. If you've got something that's all matte and you just want a little bit of shimmer, or even you just want something to, to brighten up something that doesn't have enough sparkle in. This is a really, really, really nice color. This is Desert Sunset, and this came in Ipsy, I think. If I say something and it's wrong, I apologize. And then I got the Milani eyeshadow primer. Let's see, do I have an eyeshadow primer? Yeah, I do. So this will be phasing out. I do quite like this one. I think it's quite good. It's stickier. Is it that one? Yeah, it's stickier. So when I use that, I either have to set it or just know that it's sticky and it's going to really grab onto whatever I put under it. The Marshmallow Primer from NYX, it's okay. I got the mini size, the little size. I don't see everybody like raved about it. I don't know what I'm looking for. Like, what is it that it didn't really perfect as much as I would have liked. So I don't know. And then the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. I had that in here. I used it a few times. This is kind of my special occasion. I'm going to actually stick this in my little cup that I have my pencils and stuff like that in, so I can reach for it if I need to. But these other things here will be moved out. These few things here, the brow products, the Tarte and the Glow, will be left in here. And then I'm going to add a few things in, or I'm going to add a full face basically. So I'm just grabbing them as we go. Most of this is number 7 because I want to go through number 7 since I did a haul from them, and I have not efficiently used their products yet. But this one, Eloise Get Gleaming. This is, I decided to kind of replace this highlight with this. I know they are different, but I think that this is the time of year to do this. So this is a really interesting liquid highlight. It's like a face and body highlight. It says Body Glow Illuminator, but I think I can use this just fine on the face as well. And it really is beautiful. Okay, you're not going to even be able to, well, maybe you can. It has such a beautiful glow. Really blinding too. You do not need much. Oh my goodness, that did like this whole thing. So Really, would be great for like, you know, an evening or something. If you have bare shoulders, I could see it being very beautiful there. Don't ruin your dress because, you know, it could do that. It does have some pigment in it, but not a ton. It's just a really nice, liquidy, glowy sort of thing. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. So I want to see how it works kind of as a basic face highlight, but also arms and whatnot in the summertime, you know, because that's what we're going to do. So then I've got some of my base products from number 7. I've got the Lift and Illuminate Primer. And when I used this before, this did seem to blur pretty well. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. Focus on YouTube. So that did seem to blur pretty well. So I'm going to try that and see how that is. That goes in the new bin. And then the Airbrush Away Tinted Skin Perfector is going to go in as my base product. I have taken away. Well, I don't know if I should do that. Maybe I should leave the CoverGirl in here, the powder for right now, just so that I have a powder product that's, you know, like a powder base product. I'm going to put that in here right now. I'm going to keep it in for right now and see, because I feel like sometimes I'm going to want that and just put that on instead of the Skin Perfector. I don't know. And then I have the heavier products in the pan. I may change that around, but for right now, I'm not going to use anything very heavy. So this is the number 7 Lift and Illuminate Serum Concealer. And this is supposed to have like hyaluronic acid and things like that in it that are supposed to help with anti-aging and all that, you know, good stuff, which is what number 7 is known for. This is a little bit, it's almost an olive and a little bit dark, but I think now my skin tone is starting to match it. So I think it should be fine for the summertime, but it is darker than some of the other ones. But I think, again, with the Tarte, this is a little bit warmer than my skin tone, so I think they'll work together. This is pretty sheer, so it doesn't give a lot of color. This is what made me love number 7, but you can see the embossing is still there, so I haven't used a ton. And this is the Lift and Illuminate Triple Action Finishing Powder in light medium. This is really beautiful and blurs beautifully, and it may replace this one. Just putting it with the Airbrush Away might take care of that, but I'll make some comparisons and see what I think. And I'm not taking these in order. I'm just grabbing them as I see them. And this is the Maple Bronzer from number 7. Really pretty bronzer here. A little bit less cool than the other one. I think it's a little more neutral. And not super pigmented or anything, but I think it gives a nice little, you can see a little bit of color there. So I think that'll be nice for warming up the face along with the Eloise glittery stuff. The blush that I have is number 7 also. Damson Mist is the name of it. Looks like this. Really pretty pinky sort of color. I would like to get something that's a little bit more of like a orangey, warmy, sort of peachy sort of tone too. I think that would be great. And the last 3 items to put in this box are, well, let's go with this one first because that one's going to be, I have to pull that out. The Abh Eye Primer. I got this from Ipsy in the Glam Bag, and I'm looking forward to trying that. We'll see. This is the little sample size. So that'll be my eye primer in here. And then Lash Extender from number 7. This is their mascara, and I did quite like this. It's more of like a natural sort of looking lash, but I don't have any problem with that. My eyelashes are pretty good, so I don't need a ton of extra stuff. And then Naked Cosmetics has these pigments. These came from Ipsy, I think it was the Glam Bag Plus that I got these out of. They are, I wish they wouldn't be quite as awkward as this, but there are these 4 pigments in really pretty colors. I have to learn how to use them well, but I'm hoping that this will work well with that ABH primer, and that I can use these kind of as an accent. Try to use them maybe once or twice a week as an accent and see how they go through. So that's what I've got for my rundown of what I've gone through, what I'm adding into my everyday. This is my new everyday basket, mostly number 7 in there, but there's some other goodies as well. This other stuff that I took out, I will be putting into my little chest over here, my little drawers. And yeah, we'll be going through that to see how these products are, how they compare. And then these ones will be cycled in later at another time. But again, I'm looking for suggestions on brow products. I need brow products. That will be good for my, I don't like to do a ton of stuff. I don't want Instagram brows or anything. My brows are kind of a mess right now because I did take a nap, so they're kind of all over the place. Usually this, that Wow Brow from e.l.f. does a pretty good job, but I would like to try the NYX Brow Glue as well, but I'll need to get a base product with that, a pencil or something like that to put in first. What else? Oh, and if you're wondering why there's no lip products in there, it's because I change up lip products pretty consistently, just like eye products. I mean, I'm also looking for, what are the other things I didn't take out? I'm looking for more suggestions of powdered foundations as well, but not a ton right now. I don't need a ton right now because I'm trying to use up some of the tinted moisturizers, that type of product with the powders that I have. So I think I can combine those to work well through the summer. Anyway, that's kind of all I've got. I know this was kind of a little bit just like informational, much less exciting than some of my videos. But hopefully it gives you some idea of where we're going and what I'm using. And some of these products are interesting for you. And give me a suggestion of what you think I need for my brows. That's what I need to know. How do I make my brows? Oh my goodness. My brows are so much better, mostly due to the oils that I use. So my natural oils have immensely helped my brows and my lashes, as well as my hair and my skin. But yeah, really, really help. They, that's basically the natural shape. I really don't do anything as far as plucking. If there's a stray hair that comes like way down here, I'll pull that out, and then I'll take a little bit of this stuff in between. There's fuzz that comes right down here. I'll take that out. Or if there's, sometimes there's a weird one that grows out of this mole, so I may take that out. And I don't really trim, except there was one that was like 3 times longer than all the other ones, so that one had to get trimmed off a little bit. Other than that, I don't do anything with my brows except just comb my little brow wow through it. So if you got suggestions on what I can do, that's easy, quick and easy. I don't want to spend a lot of time on brows. I'm more interested in spending my time on my eyeshadow palettes. So, and then, yeah, we'll be going through the eyeshadow palettes. I've got some other stuff coming in. I've got some subscription boxes and whatnot, little things here and there. So thanks so much for joining me. And tell me how I can get my energy back. I've been walking. I walk with Rainbow. We didn't walk today because I couldn't do it. I was just feeling too out of it. And I know walking is supposed to, and it does give you energy, but it's getting out there in the first place. So I need to do it in the morning. That's really what I need to do, is get up and walk in the morning, because I know that gives me energy for the rest of the day. But I'm not a morning person, so I want to sit and relax and read in the morning, and that just makes me more like drowsy and stuff. And anyway, all right, I will see you in the next one. I know this was a little bit earlier, so it may have messed up some schedules. It seemed like we had more participation when I came in at 9 o'clock, but that's okay too. Really appreciate those of you that have bounced in here and interacted with me. And then I think I might keep this at 8 o'clock because a little bit earlier will be easier for those on. Well, wait, no, that might be, maybe I should move it back to 9. I don't know. Let me know if you think that 8 or 9. Rainbow had a stretch and shake. So that's what that sound was. Oh, really? Really? Big yawn. Big yawn. She's sleepy too. She was outside all day. She did not want to come in. Oh, poor girl. Anyway, yeah. So let me know what time works for you. If this works well, or if 9 o'clock works better. I'm flexible. I'm with you guys. So let me know what works. Now she's got to drink some water. So I'm going to let you guys go while my dog hydrates herself, and I will see you in the next one. Sunday at 3 p.m. is when we've been meeting. So see you then. Bye.